I'd say here's to a perfect partnership.
To Christine Cagney, first woman chief of detectives.
It's no secret that you've been the apple of this man's eye since he brought us on the case.
You've been moving in a man's world for a long time now.
I tell you, it's not about sex with this guy anymore, Lieutenant. He's into power. You're way out of line, Captain.
I'm a man used to getting my own way, Detective.
Not with me.
You're protecting your career.
I'm putting my career on the line.
There was more going on between us in this case, and you know it.
I don't sleep my way to promotions. Coleman, 2 plastic ashtrays? You're not even being reasonable. Is that your ashtray?
Yes, it is.
Who said life was reasonable, Cagney? The serial number doesn't match the one who was assigned here.
I know. I switched with his Becky.
20 years, hard labor.
What you disorganized slobs fail to realize is this, and I quote, NYPD regulation number 5C301 requires a quarterly inventory to confirm all department-issued goods are present as assigned. That means no trading, kiddies.
Yellow is his Becky's new favorite color.
What those ashtrays accounted for, Cagney?
I don't even smoke, Coleman. It's only 2 plastic ashtrays. How am I supposed to know? Well, here's one.
Wrong serial number. Look, you gotta figure it out. The point is that all issue not in use is to return to the property clerk's department. You understand? In other words, if you can't come up with the goods, you have to reimburse the department. It's that simple.
Looks like you're going to have to ice Bloomingdale's account this month, Cagney.
Oh, what a shame, Victor. And I had such a nice birthday present picked out for you.
Really?
Underwear with days of the week on it, studded in rhinestones.
I tell you what, Cagney, I'm going to save Mondays and Fridays just for you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't want you to deprive Bon.
Lieutenant Watson says.
Can you believe Coleman? He's hyperventilating over pencil stubs.
Oh, give the sergeant a break. He's doing his job.
You ready to handle a very hot potato? The reward for which is you get to keep your jobs.
Oh, that sounds like a very good incentive to me, sir.
Certainly an offer we can't refuse.
Right. You know about the murder of the Hungarian diplomat?
I read the papers, sir.
Well, what the papers didn't tell you is the political pressure that we're getting to solve this one fast. Even the FBI's got the nose in on it, and Captain Jack Hennessy, the 21st, has been assigned to head up a special task force. You two got lucky.
How so, sir?
Well, Hennessy is the rising star of the department. Guy made captain at the age of 35. And now he's bucking for deputy inspector.
That's great. Why us?
I don't know why. Ask him when you meet him. Number 1 Police Plaza, 11 a.m. this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
I hate this dress. Why did I wear this dress?
Mr. and Mrs. Laszlo Tabori exited the Blue Danube restaurant at 9:30 on the evening of April 3. They were accosted by a gunman who, without provocation or warning, shot Mr. Tabori straight through the heart, stole his wallet, and ran. Now, the one thing we've got going for us is there were 6 witnesses in the vicinity. In addition to Mrs. Tabori, 2 other couples and an off-duty waiter witnessed the crime. But what we have in our hands here appears to be a random, cold-blooded... Well, I did say appears, Frank. Gentlemen, let me introduce... And ladies, excuse me.
Detective.
I stand corrected and duly chastised. Mr. Frank Oppenheimer, our liaison officer from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Frank, do you have anything you want to add?
I think it's imperative we not lose sight of the very real potential of political motivation in this case.
Well, I'd say it's a little early to focus in on any one angle, wouldn't you say?
We know this man was a freedom fighter in 1956 and turned on his compatriots. A lot of enemies.
As I say, we have quite a list of possibilities. Detectives, your assignments read as follows. Feinstein and Hubble, you'll head up the decoy teams. Cagney, you'll partner with me in field investigations. And Lacey, you'll be the liaison officer here at headquarters. Cabot and Molaris, you... Yes.
Pardon me, sir, but I was wondering if you could get a uniformed officer to handle the office, and then I would be available for the field work.
Well, Detective Lacey, I appreciate the suggestion, but I've put you exactly where I want you. I need a trained detective who understands procedures and priorities to evaluate the witness statements and field reports. Now, Cabot and Molaris, you'll be checking out the gang activity in the area.
Yeah. Check.
Dolan, Moore. Well, why don't you keep the book for a couple of days and study it, just to be sure?
I have already told you it happened too fast.
But you are sure he was Caucasian?
I think so. Maybe a Puerto Rican.
Did he speak with an accent?
Nothing. He said nothing.
He said he was about 30.
Yes. Young.
Average weight and height.
Yes. I didn't get a very good look at him. Now, if you'll excuse me, please, I have much packing to do.
Mrs. Tabori, we would appreciate it if you wouldn't leave town until we get all this wrapped up.
You must realize this has been very unpleasant for me. There isn't much I can do here. Please understand.
Thank you very much.
So what do you think? Traumatized, aloof, and reclusive? Or she just doesn't like Americans?
I don't know. Right now, I'd say all of the above. What do you say we compare notes over a couple of beers?
Find a place that has peanuts on the side you're on. The kind that are roasted in the shell.
In the shell.
Yeah, salted.
Salted in the shell.
I'm serious, Mary Beth. Time is passing by, and we're not getting any younger.
Harvey, you're depressing me.
I just think we're kidding ourselves if we don't face up to the fact that we are not going to be here forever.
You know when you started getting morbid like this? When Fast Eddie died.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. One of us could be next. Do you know that if you don't leave a will, the state could take everything? Our money, Mary Beth, they'll build a lousy sewer or something.
Harv, the kind of money we have, they'd be lucky if they get a drain pipe.
Yeah? Well, all I know is it's our money and our stuff, and I don't want the lousy government sticking its nose in who gets it.
Not exactly Rockefellers here, Harv. Now, what have we got that anybody would be interested in?
What about the golden candlestick?
Yeah, well, what are you going to do with it?
Well, I don't know. Leave it to Eileen in Chicago.
Eileen? She's your third cousin.
My second cousin, once removed.
You never even met her.
I know, but my mother left her the other one.
Mary Beth, it is solid gold.
What is Harv Jr. and Michael going to do with one candlestick? Break it in half?
Oh, they go down to the antique store and sell it the same thing your second cousin from Chicago would do if she got her hands on it. And what about my bowling trophies?
Oh, well, I thought that we would bequeath those to the Museum of Natural History. Oh, Guy. Come on, guys!
Jeez.
So far, what we have resembles the MO of that mugger who's been scoring on the east side.
Could be. It's a good decision I made to bring you in on this task force.
I'm happy to be here.
Had my eye on you for a long time, Cagney. That Don Juan killer. Good, clean collar.
Oh, thank you.
No question in my mind. I like to work with winners, Cagney. People on the move.
You're moving pretty fast yourself, Captain. I heard about your promotion.
Correction. Recommendation from promotion. Final word on that won't be down for a few weeks.
According to the grapevine, I hear there's no contest.
You can't believe everything you get on the grapevine. For instance, the word came down that you could be a pretty hard-headed prima donna to work with. Uh-huh. But I figured that any ambitious female is going to be fair game for that kind of dirt. Especially a very attractive one. Doesn't bother me. I can handle the temperament with the talent. Besides, I used to get the same kind of shots when I was an up-and-comer. I'd say here's to a perfect partnership.
To Jack Hennessy, Deputy Inspector.
Wait a minute. What about equal opportunity here? Here's to Chris Cagney. What?
Okay. To Christine Cagney, first woman chief of detectives.
This case could make the difference.
Thanks for the peanuts.
Hey, salt of the earth.
Taxi!
Hey, hold on. I'll give you a lift home.
Oh, no, you don't want to buck the traffic downtown at this hour.
Oh.
Taxi!
Okay, next time then. Go!
I'll have the ballistics report ready for you by Friday.
Oh, Monday morning's fine.
You got it.
There is one thing you can do for me by Friday.
What's that?
You can pick the time and the place for me to take you to dinner.
Oh, thanks. But I've got plans.
I warn you, I won't take no for an answer. Good night.
Good night. Soho, please.
Albanian. Romanian.
Yeah, I'm a little rusty on my Romanian, Frank. Can you give us some shorthand here?
Pravda, of course. The communist press is having a field day with this incident. According to them, and I quote here, no one is safe in the crime-infested jungles of capitalist slums. I'm telling you, they're manipulating this for their own political advantage.
Oh, no question. But also, there's still no evidence to indicate that this is anything other than a street mugging. Lacey.
With due respect, sir, I think maybe we're overlooking the possibility that something else could be behind this. I mean, maybe some personal motivation that we haven't considered.
Like what?
Well, if I knew that, sir, the case would be solved right now.
What am I dealing with here? A woman's intuition?
No, sir. I was presenting another possibility is all.
Well, let's just say, until there's some hard facts to back it up, that this captain's intuition says you're barking up the wrong tree.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's it. Let's get on with it. Detective Cagney, I want to see you in my office. First, I thought of sushi and sake. But who wants to eat at a bar? And then I then I decided on sauerkraut and a beer, but that's not classy enough. Not for you. And I finally came up with pasta. It's nice and romantic, a little candlelight to bounce off those deep blue eyes of yours.
Captain Hennessy.
Oh, come on. It's Jack, remember? We got to get serious about this. Friday night's getting closer.
Jack. I already told you that I have plans.
Well, now, look, if those plans are with some other guy, then I'm just going to keep you working late. You're going to have to stand him up and settle for me.
No, that isn't it.
Well, if a lieutenant's bugging you about reports, I'll get you out of it. What are bosses for?
The truth is, Jack, I don't believe in mixing business with pleasure anymore.
Anymore? What that sounds like is that I'm paying for some other cop's mistakes. I don't think that's fair to you.
Well, you're not the only one disappointed with the timing.
Well, then.
Maybe when the case is over. Okay. I should get to those witness calls. Excuse me.
There's a big 1-inch paperclip, and then there's a small 1-inch paperclip. Well, look who's here. One of the special task force honchos.
Passing through, guys.
Yeah, Lacey, I'm glad you showed
Passing
up.
through, Sergeant.
Oh, I get it. Now that you're in the big leagues, you don't have time for the old gang in the
Knock it
precinct.
off, Victor, okay?
See, Sarge, she never used to talk that way.
Hold up a minute.
No, I'm looking for my claim check. I gotta get there before the cleaners close.
Now, your trash can's missing.
I share with Cagney.
No, Cagney says that one's hers, so yours is missing.
24 yellow pads present and accounted for, sir.
I got you down for 4.
I used a couple.
Must be in my locker.
Your trash can?
I don't know where my trash can is, Sergeant. Maybe I never had a trash can. Maybe my trash can was stolen. Maybe I threw it away. I hope I threw it away.
Here is an interesting question. How do you throw away a trash can?
Very existential, Victor. Very existential.
I think our man's allergic to decoys.
It's only a matter of time. Patience, kid. Patience.
It's not my strong suit.
I'll look at it this way. Investigation's just like any other game. You buy just enough time to find just the right opening. It's all strategy. How do you think I moved up so fast in the department?
Oh, roller skates.
I'm talking about playing it smart. If you're serious about becoming the chief of detectives, you should learn the rules of the game.
I'm doing okay.
Oh, yeah? You're telling me that you're not frustrated because you haven't made the jump to the major cases squad yet? Let me tell you the big jump on the force for me. A few years back, I was under this lieutenant. It was a real hard case. He wouldn't give me the time of day. I did my homework. I found out he was a racquetball freak. So I boned up on my serve, just enough so he still had the edge. And I joined his club. He got to know me, I got to know him. See what I mean?
Sure. Strategy.
No, it's more than that. It's relationships. Sometimes it pays to mix business with pleasure.
Where are we supposed to meet Alvarez?
Bayside. The witness says it's on his way home from work.
One of the couples, the Fairmonts, totally contradicted each other. He says that the gunman had his raincoat buttoned.
Oh, come on, Chris, give it a rest.
What time is our witness due?
Must have gotten tied up. Waiter, a bourbon for me and for the lady, scotch.
No, nothing. Thank you.
As of now, consider yourself officially off duty. Scotch. You like calamari? They serve it at Fra Diablo. It's nice and spicy.
You know this restaurant very well.
It's one of my favorite spots.
Our witness isn't coming at all, is he?
Okay, I confess. You caught me in the act.
You went to all this trouble just to take me out to dinner?
I warned you, I don't take no for an answer.
Well, it's very flattering, Jack. But when I say no, I mean no.
But sometimes you're open for a little friendly persuasion, right?
I'm not playing games with you.
Come on, Cagney, you don't have to act the tough cop with me. You can wear the pants in public. In private, with me, you can let him down.
You're way out of line, Captain.
I'm a man used to getting my own way, detective.
Not with me.
I'm still your superior officer.
And this wasn't part of the job description. Excuse me.
I'm not getting in bed with that book, Harv.
It can't hurt you to read about it, Mary Beth.
You have any idea what type of mailing list we're on now, thanks to that book? Here, look at this here. This is a kindly invitation from Oak Knoll Meadows to invest in our very own, quote, inflation fighter, family estate, and memorial crypt. Yuck.
Yuck. Hey, wait a minute. Look at this. Free color family portrait if we order within the next 10 days.
Not funny, Hob. I gotta study.
Study.
I gotta read the New York State Penal Code.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna stay in bed with that book.
Tough. You read your stuff, I'll read my stuff.
Mary Beth, this is important.
Well, this is important too, Hob. This is $5,000 more a year if I make sergeant.
Which will go directly to the state of New York if we die without a will. That's exactly what they want to see. If you croak without a will, they soak you with taxes. They
Honey,
do, Mary Beth.
Honey, the state of
They do.
New York is not staying up late at night trying to figure out how to get our money.
How do you know that?
Is this another one of your conspiracy theories?
It is not a conspiracy theory.
Then what is it?
It's not.
Kisses. What is that?
I know what that is. That's the Rizzutos complaining about the kid's stereo.
Hang on!
Ask who it is.
Hold your horses, it's Chris. Hiya.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, guys. I'm sorry to bother
Come on in.
I've got this paranoid cabbie waiting downstairs. He won't leave Queens without cash in advance. I need $25.
I just cashed a check today.
Thank you, Harvey.
Sit down.
Sorry, Mary Beth.
I noticed that you and Captain Hennessy headed out together this afternoon. What happened?
Nothing a cold shower wouldn't fix.
Oh. Yup. He wouldn't even take you home?
I wouldn't give him the satisfaction. I just left him sitting there nursing his bourbon and his bruised ego in the restaurant. The problem is I didn't have enough money for the cab fare to get back from Bayside.
I'm glad we were home.
He's so damn presumptuous. 1 minute we're this great team, and the next minute the guy's coming on like a ton of bricks.
Here you go, kiddo.
Oh, thanks, Harvey. I really appreciate it. I'll give Mary Beth the money on Monday.
No problem. I got a book to read.
I better go.
Frankly, Christine, I have to admit I'm not surprised.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's no secret that you've been the apple of this man's eye since he brought us on the case.
He liked my work. What was I supposed to do?
Make sure he knew that you weren't interested.
I never led this man on, Mary Beth.
Well, as long as he's clear about that.
What do you think I'm doing on your doorstep? Thank you for the money.
Excuse me.
See you Monday.
Good night.
Let's just make the decisions we need to. We put the will in the safe deposit box and we forget about it.
Do we have to talk about this today? It's a gorgeous day. Boys are at your mother's. We're walking in the park here.
Okay. We won't talk about it today. We talk about it tomorrow, right?
Right. Harv, if I died, would you get married again?
Mary Beth, I thought we weren't going to talk about this.
I wish you would.
You wish I would what?
Get married again.
Oh, come on, Mary Beth. It's a beautiful...
No, I'm serious here, Harv. I'd like to know that you were happy with somebody.
Well, you are a hard act to follow.
And for the boys need a mother.
The boys? For the boys. Okay, I'll remarry for the boys.
I wonder what type of woman you'd pick out. Probably blonde, huh? You always had this thing for blonde.
Redheads. I like redheads.
Redheads are nice.
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Blue eyes, little tiny waist.
No, I never went for blue eyes.
And young, too. Older men marry younger women all the time.
Mary Beth, I am a mature man.
Yeah, so you may as well go for it, Harv.
Go for it? Okay, I'll go for it. I'll marry a 23-year-old blonde with blue eyes and a very narrow waist. Are you happy?
Harv?
What?
If I die and you marry a 23-year-old bimbo, I'll kill you. Morning, sir.
Morning, Captain.
The other night. Thank you.
Sure.
Cagney? Yes, Captain. I'll be right in.
You made a serious mistake, Cagney.
I don't think so, Captain.
I'm still your superior officer, a fact which seems to slip your mind. Now sit down. Where's the ballistics report?
I put it on your desk Friday before we left.
It's not here.
Well, I left it right on top.
This kind of negligence is very unprofessional.
Look, I know what I did. I put
Sit
the thing
down.
Is this because of Friday night?
Friday night never happened. Now, I want that ballistics report on my desk by tonight, or else there are going to be serious repercussions. Come on.
You've been moving in the man's world for a long time now. You should know already how to handle a guy who's trying to work his way into the good graces of a good-looking woman like yourself. Look at his Becky, for crying out loud.
Victor, come on, Lieutenant, come on. Victor jokes. This man is serious.
What's the difference? They both got the same thing on their mind.
There's a big difference. When a man's coming on to a woman, he sends her a bottle of wine, a couple of roses. He doesn't start messing with her mind and her career. I'm telling you, it's not about sex with this guy anymore, Lieutenant. He's into power.
That's a strong accusation.
You're damn right it is. And I'm not imagining it.
Well, I'm not saying that you are imagining it, Hennessy. It's just that... Well, I can understand where a guy might misread the situation. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're leading the guy on. It's just that, you know, with men and women working together nowadays, sex coming out from behind closed doors, things are different today. One minute a joke is sexy, next minute it's sexist. Where do you draw the line?
I draw the line at blackmail. Because that's exactly what he's doing. If I don't cooperate, all of a sudden my job gets tough. That isn't harmless flirtation. That's sexual harassment.
Do you think resigning from this task force is going to solve your problem?
Well, don't you?
Let me lay it on the line for you, Cagney. The minute that the brass sees that you're resigning from a plum assignment like this, your professional reputation is going to take a nosedive. They're going to question your commitment, your devotion to duty, and your qualifications for advancement.
So he still wins.
Never mind him. If you lose, that's the point. Cagney, listen to me, and listen to me good. I know you got ambitions, and I want to see you get a chance to do something about them.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant. I have to interview a witness now.
Cagney, what are you going to do?
I'll handle it.
Who's they got in there now?
L. Alvarez, the waiter for the restaurant.
Hennessy's wasting his time. We've run up against this kind of thing before. It's classic.
Yes, sir.
Classic.
Yes, sir.
I've seen it 1,000 times before.
sir. Well, what exactly is your projection on the case, sir?
It's simple. Tabori fell from grace with his bosses, and the party bigwigs decided to kill two birds with one stone. Assassinate him here, make it appear it was an American assailant, and darken the image of the United States. The problem is that in a few days, the only person who could break this case for us will be on our way back to Budapest.
Well, you think that Mrs. Tabori is in on this?
Oh, believe me, these governments have their methods. She wants to save her skin. She's been warned not to cooperate. Look what she said in her statement.
As I remember, sir, she didn't say much of anything in her statement.
Exactly. Wouldn't you or any other normal woman have a lot to get off your chest if you'd seen your husband terminated in front of your eyes?
Christine, Oppenheimer thinks...
Lacey, will you check out this ballistics report and see if you can find any inconsistencies with the witness statements?
Yes, sir.
I found it. It was buried under some old DD-5s. Come on, we have to go over to the east side and check out the decoy teams.
I have to finish Alvarez's statement.
Well, Lacey can handle that. It's pretty clear. Come on, kid, get the lead out. We got work to do.
Excuse me a minute, Captain. Christine, the gunman said what?
Wrote it phonetically. Alvarez didn't understand the words, so he just repeated sounds.
Check it out, Lacey.
Yes, sir?
Come on. I think it's time we buried the hatchet. What do you say? I mean it. I've had a lot on my mind lately. I know I've come down on you a little hard a couple of times. Let's wipe the slate. Take the afternoon off, go have a couple of beers, talk it over.
Then what?
Lacey! We'll just take it as it comes.
Just put it out!
Hey, let's stop playing games. Now, you came on to me real friendly that first night when you thought I could grease some wheels for you. Now you're playing the hysterical virgin when it's time to pay the bill.
What bill? I don't owe you anything except doing my job.
Oh, come on. There was more going on between us in this case, and you know it.
I don't sleep my way to promotions.
You sure go to a hell of a lot of trouble to advertise the merchandise for someone who's not interested.
Oh.
We both know what you want.
I wanted exactly what I said. Strictly business as long as we're working together.
What is it, Cagney? You like guys to beg for it? Is that what turns you on?
You'll never know, Hennessy. You blew it.
Don't mess with me, Cagney. Come back here. I'm still the one responsible for your evaluation on this job, and don't you forget it. Cagney! Cagney!
I've had it with that guy. Would you look at me?
I got it.
Damn it. Sorry. Thanks.
Any guy I know?
Yeah, we're working for him. You know what ticks me off? I really thought I had this whole thing under control. I did everything that those women's magazine articles tell you you're supposed to do. I let him down gently. Made sure this precious male ego knew how flattered I was. And I was firm. I never faltered. Even in the beginning when I thought oh, what does it matter? Didn't make any difference anyway.
You don't need that stuff anyways. Ignore him, Christine.
I can't. I can't anymore, Mary Beth. I've tried, and he's making sure I don't.
What are you talking about?
Scared about my file. He could write down anything he wanted there, and people will read it. They'll think I'm a lousy cop.
Now, wait a second. I don't...
Lacey!
Oh.
You in there?
Send out telegrams or what? Yes, I'm in here, Agent Oppenheimer.
Some professor from City College on the phone? Something about some translation.
Thank you, I'm coming. You gonna be all right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Detective Lacey? Yes. Once again, please, sir. Thank you very much, Professor Professor. Thank you. Christine? That was Professor Pavlovmany. He's the head of Slavic languages at Sid College.
Who?
It wasn't Russian.
What wasn't Russian?
The thing that Alvarez overheard, it's Hungarian. It translates, "This is for you, my darling."
Then the gunman knew the Taboris.
Apparently.
You know the man who killed your husband, Mrs. Tabori?
His name is Belo Belosov. We were students together in Budapest. Laszlo, Bela, and I. We fought for the revolution. We were young, idealistic. We thought we could actually win. We were throwing stones at Russian tanks. They crushed us like an army of ants. Bella and I were planning to escape. We were lovers.
You and Belisov?
Yes. Laszlo was jealous. He informed against Bello to save his own skin. As soon as I saw him outside that restaurant, I recognized him. And I knew exactly what he was going to do. And I don't blame him.
You don't blame the man who murdered your husband?
No. It has always been a marriage of convenience. Don't you see, I had no choice. It's different for you here. Your choices are easier.
You know something, Mary Beth? You're one hell of a detective.
Well, what's the big deal? All I did was check out your report.
Glad one of us has our head on straight.
You know what I think? I think that Captain Hennessy is going to be very crabby that we broke this one. You beat him on his own turf, Christine.
Not yet, I haven't. Not as long as he can hold my job over me.
He can't do that.
He's made it very clear that he can, and he will. Either I come across or I get a negative rating on my evaluation report. He's not going to get away with this. I got his number, and I'm going to use it. I've got it all planned. I'm going to set him up. I'm going to make him believe I'm going along with this, and I'm going to go to his apartment with a wire, and I'm going to get him on tape live and loud.
That's illegal, Christine. That's entrapment.
No kidding. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
No, Chris, you have to go through channels on this one. You have the law on your side. You filed charges against him, discrimination charges for sexual harassment.
You don't think I haven't already considered that?
Well, then do what you have to do. It. He's using the system against you. You turn it right back on him.
It is not that simple, Mary Beth. I'd be challenging my superior officer. That'd be my word against his.
And the lieutenant's word, right? You talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Harv and I can testify to when you had to come back from Bayside in the cab. You get a diary with dates and times that he came on to you.
Yeah, you know what happened if I do that? I get a rep for being a hard case by busting one of my own. Charlie always told me the one thing you never do is rat on another cop.
You're not ratting on another cop. You're protecting your career.
The hell I am. I'm putting my career on the line. Jeopardizing my future, Mary Beth. I don't know if I'm ready to do that.
Well, yours is not the only future at stake here, Christine. 10-1, you were not the first female officer that he came on to. So you're going to be the last one or not?
Lieutenant wants to see you in the interview room.
What about?
No idea. Just Cagney.
Hi, Detective Cagney. I think you know Captain Hennessy. I thought it'd be a good idea if we could clear a little air here. Let me be frank. I don't like the department's dirty laundry aired in public. Granted, the two of you have a problem, but I don't think either of you is prepared for the gaffe if this thing goes to trial. If you go forward with the charges you filed, Detective Cagney, you're bringing your own character into question as much as the captain's here. And, Captain, I'm sure you already realize that just the implication of any wrongdoing on your part will jeopardize your pending promotion to deputy inspector. As far as I can see, nobody wins.
Inspector, I'm surprised that a personal misunderstanding could have been blown out of proportion like this. I mean, basically, the problem is the different sensibilities at work here. I mean, you know how the guys like to kid around, and they kid around, and but the women take it so seriously, and then they get all worked up over nothing. Now, my book, Detective Cagney, deserves a top-notch evaluation for outstanding performance on the Tabori case. I'm ready to back that up, if she's just willing to drop her complaint.
That seems fair to me.
I've already made it clear to Captain Hennessy that I don't trade favors or accept bribes.
We're trying to work out a settlement here, Detective Cagney, one that both parties can live with.
Well, I can't live with it, Inspector. Captain Hennessy threatened me professionally if I didn't sleep with him. I call that blackmail. And I think you should answer that.
I don't have to sit here and
Sit down, Captain. There are times when personal ego and reputation need to be reconsidered for the benefit of the department.
I think this suit is for the benefit of the department, Inspector. Otherwise, I wouldn't have filed the charges.
And that's your final word?
Yes.
Then I think we better stop wasting our time and get back to work.
Hiya, baby.
Michael said you were up here.
Yeah, I just been thinking.
Yeah, me too. And I think you're right. And we'll do the will.
That's good, Mary Beth.
We'll do it tonight.
Tomorrow night. Tonight. We dance.
Dance?
Tonight we dance because I decided we are not gonna die. You know why?
Why?
Because we love each other too much. That's why.
Oh, Harv. That's the most romantic thing that you ever said to me.
Second most romantic thing.
Yeah, what was the first one? Huh?
Excuse me.
What? What is this?
That's boy's portable record player.
Oh.
May I have this dance?